Keep it locked on MotoE.
I tell you, this is the most amazing thing you'll ever do on a Sunday afternoon, in the middle of nowhere.
The challenge has been very challenging because it's called the challenge.
This is Tim Kazon and you're watching Hi there, it's another exciting episode right here on MotoWeek. I'm your host Raymond. Who are going to be the victors of this year's challenge? We can only find out right here on MotoWeek as we bring you all the action. Stick around. And in other news, we'll check out the East Africa Superbike Championship event in Mai Mahiu. While on the international scene, it was all about the chaos and surprises at this year's German Grand Prix. Bottas is out of the race!
Later on, don't miss out the entertaining aspect of the Kipeto Champagne Challenge.
This time round on the first part of the show, it was all about man and machine and the rugged terrain right here for the 2019 4x4 Champagne Challenge all the way in Kajiado, Kipeto.
The 4x4 Challenge is an activity or sport of driving off-road vehicles on unsurfaced roads or tracks made up of materials such as sand, gravel, riverbeds, mud, rocks, and other natural terrain. This year's third edition 4x4 Champagne Challenge was an out-of-town event in Kajiado where off-road enthusiasts, professionals and thrill seekers competed with their 4x4 cars against each other to complete a set of off-road challenges.
And for the officials and the judges, what do they really look for? Earlier on, I had if you touch the tape, some points are deducted. So
you start with 0 points, right? And then every time you make a mistake, touching the tape is like a foul in any game. If you reverse, it's a foul. You're only allowed 3 reverses in most of the challenges. If you do the 3 reverses, you notice after 3 reverses we stop. We remove you from the challenge because we see that you can't make it through, right? If you do not finish a stage, you are deducted points. If you do not enter that stage, you actually lose points.
Yeah, so we have beginners, which is non-modified cars, the intermediates, which are slightly modified with a little bit of experienced drivers, and the experts, which are modified and very experienced drivers.
Well, what a better way to spend your Sunday. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. This event takes place 4 times every year, and this is the 3rd edition, but the 2nd edition in championship. So there are about 12 stages, and each stage varies in terms of intensity and difficulties, and the drivers are going to be judged by their level of skills. So, like I said, it's the wilderness and the terrain in this year's 2019 Champagne 4x4 Challenge.
oh wow, look at that! Making it look so simple.
Is the event developing? Is it becoming bigger and better? Are Kenyans embracing it?
Because the event has improved, there are more participants. The attendance is amazing.
The whole point of this event is walking through the stage. You can't just expect to go blindly. It's not always a no-brainer. All these kind of events, you have to walk in and check how the stages are going to be.
How has the challenge been for you guys so far?
The challenge has been very challenging because it's called the challenge, and I support all the team members, especially the driver and the co-driver.
It has been splendid. The tracks were very awesome. You needed a lot of skill to pass through them, which excites and adds adrenaline onto you.
Pritam Rupral and Lotte Mandraj in their car number 49 Toyota FJ40 emerge expert level winners of the 3rd edition of the 4x4 Challenge. Mike Munange and his co-driver Carlos in car number 43 Range Rover V8 placed 2nd after losing 550 points, while Gunash Singh and Patel Kunal were a distant 3rd in their Mahindra car number 13 after losing 690 points. Patel Vishnav and Keval were winners of the intermediate stage in their Toyota Land Cruiser, followed by race favorites Pritam Rupal and Lotte Mandraj, who took 2nd place. Anta George Saimbi and Zepam came in third after losing 110 points in this stage. Bode Gujot and Guraj were in top form and emerged winners of the beginners level in their Nissan hardbody. Kush and Halai Ashwini lost 20 points and placed second, while James Gitao in car number 47 took third position after losing 20 points in this stage. The overall best driver was Mandeep Singh with his Toyota Land Cruiser, while driver of the day title went to Manish Keral and Dinesh Dilip, driving Toyota Land Cruiser car number 29.
I think the most interesting thing for me this time round was to see very young drivers taking part in the sport. What was the most challenging thing in this year's event?
This year's event, I think it's mostly just the water and probably the hills, you know. I mean, flat surface is good, articulation stages are good, but when it gets to the hills and it's wet in the cars, you know, you need to really know what you're doing to get the car.
And I'm joined by some of the winners for today. This is Team Chonga Chonga.
Yes.
What can you tell me about the challenge this time round?
It was tough. The terrain was really tough.
How was the whole event for you this time round?
To be honest, this is my first time participating. Yeah, it was a rough day. There was a challenge my car couldn't go through. So
what we're trying also to do in Champagne Park is trying to build up the young drivers or the young Kenyans who want to be taking part in these kinds of an event. All those other events that have been started, Bungoma, Meru, Ebis, Nande, I've been a part of those. But now I'm more concentrating with this kind of an event here, Champagne Park.
So what next?
We are planning for our next event, which will be big. That was in September. We're having people who are coming to do marathon during the day. And in the evening again, we have Elvis to play the music. And then the following day on Sunday, we'll have the 4x4 event again.
It has been an amazing weekend full of adrenaline and excitement all the way out here in Kajiado, Kipeto. And we would like to thank the fans and everybody else that came out to support this year's event and have a good time. Now, in other news, Superbike fans had their fair share of fun. Let's check out some of the highlights of the race.
The East Africa Superbike Championship event had 3 different categories, which included the Super Sport, the Superbike, and the Mini Moto category. Evans Muigai, in his powerful Suzuki bike number 5, emerged winner of the Super Sport category after collecting a total of 50 points in the first and second round. He was followed closely by Moses Gitahi in his Kawasaki bike, who placed second with a total of 40 points, while Isaac Mwangi, riding a Yamaha, finished third in this stage. The Superbike category had stiff competition with a total of 6 riders. David Karori was in top form and took first place with his Honda bike number 27 after the second round. Shaiman Mughal came in second with 40 points and Livingston Katingima settled for third place with 32 points. It was lights out in the Minimoto category as Jeremy Odhiambo raced to clock the best time and emerged winner with a total of 45 points. Matata Njadhi was right behind his tail and placed second with 43 points, while Mikhail Njadhi took third place after collecting a total of 32 points in this stage.
Well, big up to all the winners, and all eyes will definitely be on the next East African Championship Superbike event. And finally, on the international scene, it was all about the action at this year's German Grand Prix, where a wet and wild Hockenheim produced a dramatic race fit for the Formula One history books. Here are the highlights of that event. On an afternoon when start and stop downpours turned the Hockenheim track into a treacherous skating rink, a carnival of chaos ensued.
There is the Renault of Nico Hülkenberg, and he's ending his home Grand Prix in the barriers, and another car in the barriers.
Max Verstappen spun his car 360 degrees but still continued to win.
It is fireworks and flames for Max Verstappen, the winner of the German Grand Prix. Sebastian
Vettel rekindled some long-lost magic to surge from 20th to 2nd place, making him the third driver to achieve that feat in the last 9 races at Hockenheim.
Listen to the roar for Sebastian Vettel from 20th to 2nd.
Daniel Kvyat took the most improbable 3rd place just 2 years after his sacking from Red Bull had him convinced that his Formula 1 career was over.
And keep the applause going for Danny Kvyat, a 3rd podium in Formula 1.
Mercedes celebrated their home race, but in the end, it was Toro Rosso, Ferrari and Red Bull that stopped the juggernauts that was Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton in this year's event.
Quite a race, I enjoyed it.
Now we have to check into a small pit stop for fuel and of course pay our bills. But when we come back, MotoWeek gets a chance to sit and talk to some of the drivers in this year's 4x4 challenge and get to understand a thing or two about their off-road beasts and what their cars are all about. Welcome back. Now I'm very interested to learn more about these 4x4 off-road vehicles, so let's just get on with it.
Look at the ground clearance for that car. Just a lot of investment and a lot of work has gone into making these guys be able to perform to their best. And there he goes. He made it. Struggled there a little bit, but he made it. And I'm here with one of the expert drivers in this event. How are you, sir?
I'm really good. How about you?
I'm good. What's your name?
Beat them.
So what would you call this? What's the model of this car?
Toyota Ep4. It's a mixture of models, yes. It has a front of a FJ80 and a back of a FJ40.
And I just had to stop and talk to, one of the drivers here. Look at this truck. This is crazy. Look at the clearance from where I am to where he is. Boss, how are you?
I'm fine.
And what's your name?
My name is Joseph Kiriko Kimani, also known as Joakim.
Joakim, what kind of truck is this?
This is a Mercedes-Benz Unimog truck. That's German engineering.
Okay.
Which I have worked with it, we have modified, turbo, so many things, even suspension.
Maybe what's the most important component to make sure for this kind of sport it's required, it's necessary?
First of all, you have to have 4-wheel drive. More to it, D-flop. Like this one, you have front D-flop and rear D-flop. That will help you to climb uphill in a very easy way. Furthermore, we have put another gearbox here, which is a super crawling gearbox, which means you can climb up an uphill at an angle like 70, even without a drive.
What kind of car is this?
It's a V8 Range Rover on a 90 series.
Okay. And how long has it taken you guys to modify it to this condition to be able to participate in this sport?
It has taken a couple of times.
How important is it to have a co-driver or a spotter in this event?
It's my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just the driver. He's my eyes.
Yeah.
He tells me to do this, and I do what he says.
Okay.
Yes.
And as drivers, how well do what do you guys have to do to prepare for this event?
For me, it's a lot of practice. Too much practice.
What do the judges really look at before your car is allowed to participate in this kind of sport?
See, the main thing is whether the safety aspects and everything else has been looked after about the car and the modifications as well. Whereas we've modified the cars slightly, yes, but we've made sure that the safety aspects have been
met.
And what's happening right now?
Well, we had the issues with the front diff, so now we are trying to get that one sorted out. Yeah, so we're nearly there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a whole team of technical guys and
technical, everybody.
So when the car does break down, what does that mean for you guys in terms of points?
So we are still
second right now,
Mhm.
and we still have 3 more stages to go. We fixed the car, so we are still confident that we'll pick it up again. The 3 stages which are remaining. We want to do better, so we got a team who is going to motivate the drivers and the co-drivers.
But do you get some points shaded off, where, you know, when you break down?
Yes, we shredded off a lot of points, but because the stage 1 we did very nicely, so we gained the stage the points. So we are still equal with the first number 1, so we are still second. So we are just about 10 points behind, and that's what we want to make it in the 3 stages.
Okay.
We are going to move on.
All right.
After the launch.
Hope you guys got to enjoy and learn a thing or two about the off-road vehicles. Now, how many of you know about the history and achievements of some of the iconic women in the world of rally? Stick around for more on our history segment. Kenya has a long history of motorsport compared with other African countries. The Kenya Championship has a very healthy number of female competitors, most of whom have appeared in the last 3 years or so. However, even during the days of the first Coronation Rally, female drivers have been a fixture of the scene. Orie Rogo Mandoli was the first indigenous African woman to compete in the World Rally Championship in 1994 and 1995 alongside Sylvia Owino. Joanne Nesbitt and her navigator Tamara Jones were known as the Haraka Mamas. Their first event was the 2011 Safari Rally, which they did not finish. In 2013, they made a concerted effort at the Kenya Championship, running in the 2-wheel drive category.
Let me get you. Do we need, are we testing helmets?
This is our second year of rallying, and it's going to be really interesting for us because at least now we've got the experience and we know what rallying is all about.
They were 36 in the Safari Rally and had their best result in the Kilifi Rally after being placed 30th. The Haraka Mamas later did better when they were placed 29th in the KCB Mbenki Nanyuki Rally. Well, kudos to the Haraka Mamas and other iconic women in the world of rally for their hard work and participation in this male-dominated sport. Now, Motor Week is going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll revisit the fun moments of the 4x4 Champagne Challenge. Well, what a spectacular event this has been. I mean, I'm amazed at the number of people who came out to this year's 4x4 Champagne Challenge here in Kajiado. And it's not only about the event. People came out to spend time with their friends, with their families. It's an interesting way of bonding and spending time together. And I'm going to be talking to different guys and understanding, what are they cooking? What are they sharing as they're spending time watching this year's event. So let's check out some of the best moments in this year's 2019 4x4 Champagne Challenge here at Kipeto. This is Tim Kazon and you're watching What brings you all the way here to Kajiado Champagne Park for this event?
The adrenaline. There's so much adrenaline around here. The tension, the excitement, the challenges. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's a good way to spend the weekend instead of being in bars and taking beers.
That's what it's all about. It's all about having fun. It's all about raising money and, it's always a charity.
I keep saying it doesn't get any better than this. I mean, just look at this. This guy is in the kitchen, out here in the wilderness.
There's some serious kienyeji chicken over here. It's been thrown down by Kathy and my best friend Mushayo right there.
Dress up nicely, something that, because it's a very hot place. As long as you know how to go around the weather, it's the most amazing experience ever. I love it.
The event is well organized. It's a good weekend outing for families.
First time here. Just came out with family and I like it.
We're just car enthusiasts. We're here to have fun and have some meat and enjoy the cars out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Munapika nini leo?
Tunapika nyama. We have some tumbukiza. We have some pork that is on the way. It's all about having fun.
We'll let you guys continue cooking, and of course we'll come back to enjoy the nyama with you guys.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. Most welcome.
Sawa sawa.
Hey guys, keep it locked on Moto Week.
The whole day has been too busy, and I'm happy that people came and we can be busy for them. And I am sure that people have enjoyed the event, and you two guys, you saw what was happening, and that's what we like doing for the people, so that they can go home happy and we are also happy.
And finally, let's check out some of the highlights of the upcoming events in the world of motorsports. This year's Top Fry Rally will take place between 30th July to 3rd of August. The exciting event will be held in Laikipia and will be flagged off at the Fairmount Kenya Safari Club. The next MX6 2019 motocross event will be taking place on 11th August at the Jamhuri Park grounds here in Nairobi. While the 5th round of the 2019 Africa Rally Championship will kick off in the Central District of Luwero in Uganda between the 3rd and 4th of August. Thank you guys for taking a ride with me this time round on Motor Week. Our time has come to an end, and I have to say kwaherini ya kuonana. I've been your host Raymond, and I want to say big up to all my crew and everybody else who has been watching us. Till next time, bye-bye.